Hey everybody, this is Alan Stedham, and so I wanted to go ahead and follow up on the cover reveal and just take a little time for a possible question and answer, or just to give you a little background on Jordan's Deliverance, which is book 3 in the Jordan of Valgrind series. And although I don't have the exact release date yet, it is going to be during fall 2020. So we're looking forward to that. I want to keep this kind of as spoiler free as possible, but I really want to take this time to thank Parker J. Cole for doing that little interview. And she's a great friend and supporter of the Christian author community in general, but she's been really supportive of the Jordan series, and I just really appreciate her efforts and taking the time to do that, and appreciate the opportunity to share this with you and for you to take your time to be a part of this. And it's just really been a wonderful journey, and I've really enjoyed writing these books, and I'm looking forward to bringing the final book in the Jordan trilogy to you through my publisher, Ambassador International, and I want to thank them as well. This has just been an amazing road to travel down. It is really something to write for the Lord, and just to create these worlds and these experiences and characters that people find relatable, and stories that people enjoy. I can't thank you enough for that, and I just really appreciate it. Just thinking that this started back in 2015, and that it started off as something not completely different. I mean, it always had the idea that there was going to be aliens involved, and that there were going to be that Jordan was going to end up on this world called Algorand. But it literally started from that German of an idea, and then Jordan's mother got brought into it, that she was abducted as well, and that built into Jordan's world, and then Jordan's world rolled over into Jordan's Arrow, which showed a different time in Jordan's life, and her as an adult woman as opposed to late teen, early 20 something. The third book, Jordan's Deliverance, looks at another time in Jordan's life, and Jordan's kids are grown, and it's really something, all these things that are going on, and as alluded to during the conversation with Parker, we finally get some answers. We finally get some answers about what was going on. Why was Jordan brought here in the first place? What's the connection? What's the tie-in? And where's this going? And we get some other answers too. And it's one of the fun things about writing the third book was that I got a chance to kind of make some tie-ins to the previous books. And so it's not dependent on that, but if you've read the previous books, you will get some extra enjoyment out of reading the third book, because you'll be able to see, oh, this ties back to that. Oh, wow, this ties back to that. Oh, cool. And at least that's what I felt when I was, proofreading it after I'd written it. And so I hope that it's an enjoyable experience. Like I said, each one of these books can be read independently. You can look at it as 3 individual stories, but they do all happen in the same universe. There is an evolution of the characters, and you'll get a lot more out of it reading it as a whole. But if you do happen to start with the third book, it's not going to hurt anything. It just probably will leave you with some questions. So I just think that it's been amazing. This is my very first trilogy that I have written, and it's a very satisfying one to me. I had actually considered the possibility of spinning off into a different series, but what the Lord showed me when I prayed about that was that this needed to be Jordan's story, and that, when things are all wrapped up, there will be a few things left to the imagination, but the main plot points will be addressed. And, there is a definitive conclusion to things. And my hope is that for the readers, that you will find a satisfying conclusion. That even though there will be an end, it's the kind of end that you're okay with. It's like when you watch a movie and you get to the end of the movie and you're like, oh, okay, wow. And you kind of walk out of the theater feeling satisfied, or you're watching it on TV and you feel satisfied at it because yes, the story could go on, yes, and this and that and the other, but you don't need it to. It's sort of like when a TV series finishes at the right time, not when it goes on and on and on and on, and you're like, oh, could you finish already? No, I didn't want the Jordan series to be like that. So, this is, it's for the Lord first. It is for the reader as well. And it was also for me, because I get something out of writing it as well. It's very rewarding for me, but it's rewarding for me because I've done what the Lord has told me to do, and secondly, because if I can finish a story and I feel that it's been edifying, I feel like the reader will get something out of it, and then I start getting feedback that yes, that is the case. That in some cases with this series, people have literally said they started reading it and they could not put it down. That's amazing to read as an author, or to hear from somebody in person that they could not put it down. I'm like, yes, I did it right. Thank you. So that's that's been part of the journey too. And there's still plenty, that I'm going to be working on beyond that. Those of you that follow me regularly know I've been working on other projects, and more stuff is to come. But this has been a real special journey for me, working on the Jordan of Alvarez series, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I have. So again, I want to thank you for your time. I don't want to make this too long, but I really appreciate everything. I appreciate readers and friends and family who have all been so supportive, and I want to give a shout out to the Christian fiction author community, and I've really appreciated and enjoyed getting a chance to know you, and I've made so many friends over the last couple of years. It has just been mind-blowing, and I've had a chance to read some amazing works by some amazing people. And I don't want to name particular ones because I'd leave somebody out and then somebody get their feelings hurt, and I don't want to do that. So I will leave this off on thank you so much for watching this, for being a part of my journey, and I thank the Lord for you, and we'll see you next time.